Hey, what's up everybody? Dave and Derek here with Two Guys Build a Biz, and we're coming at you today on a beautiful 10 below Minnesota day to talk about 5 essential free tools to help you run your social media or digital marketing agency. Let's jump into it.
It's cold as hell outside. I just got back. On the last video I mentioned I was going to the Dominican Republic. It was awesome. It was beautiful. I'll roll a clip.
The way you giggle at my bad jokes. Summer nights when we just post as the sunset on the Gold Coast. And don't you think it's crazy how we made it here? Look at us now. If you're ever feeling low, I'll still be there for you.
Most people are still on vacation and tucked into bed right now, but we're here working because that's one of the privileges of owning your own business is there's really no vacation days that much unless you go to the Dominican Republic and screw off for a week. But yeah, so we can jump into it. We've got, like David mentioned, 5 tips here, or 5 productivity tools to really help you guys out, whether you're running your own business or service-based.
Yep.
And this is going to be good if you don't have enough money to essentially outsource this to everybody, and even if you do, a lot of these tools will help you, kind of DIY it throughout your agency. So
yeah, these are the essential basics. And real quick, one last thing just off what he said about working on the day other people's are taking time off. On New Year, the day after New Year's Day, so the second, a lot of the world takes that day off. And last year, we were fully employed employers that we were trying to leave in the next 6 months, and ended up doing that. And we took that day of January 2nd that we weren't required to go into our day job offices, and took that day, locked ourselves in my apartment complex, public area, and cold called that entire day. And we just signed a client that we started talking to on that day, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, literally, it's always those times when the going gets tough, or when other people are taking time off, or when you can capitalize on that and make it count. So we're doing that today. It's the week between Christmas and New Year's right now, and we're here getting stuff done. So number 1, in terms of the 5 free tools that you need for a service-based business. So number 1, we like Capital One Spark Business Checking. Our biggest issue when we started our business was we had our first client give us a verbal commitment, and we had a contract signed, and we were racing to get a business banking set up to take payment. And
also getting our LLC set up, by the way, too. Waiting for the business of corporation letters to come through.
So Spark Business Checking is awesome for the following reasons. Number 1 is it's almost completely free. So there's no minimum balance that you're required to have in the account, whereas most other banks require either a minimum balance or they have some sort of limit on the number of transactions that you can make every month. We can take unlimited payment from clients. We can have unlimited transfers, which means that if we need to pay contractors or anything like that for services provided to us on behalf of our clients, we have no limitations on that. And probably the best thing that they offer is unlimited invoicing. So if you haven't tried to process an invoice yet or receive payment from your clients, you'll see a lot of people talking about PayPal or Stripe or all these different payment processors, which is great. It's good to have an option to be able to take direct transfer through something like PayPal, which some of our clients have asked for. But if you want to realize every piece of the revenue for the dollars, you want to be able to send an invoice that they can pay with their bank account. It doesn't cost them anything to use the service, and most importantly, it doesn't cost you anything. Credit card payments require at least a 3% fee, which means if you sign somebody for $1,000 a month, $30 of every paycheck that you get from them or every invoice that you send is going directly to the third-party payment processor, which if you do that for all of your clients, that's over a 12-month period, $360 per client. Yep. So it's almost a month, half a month of work that's just going to somebody when you could be sending free invoices. So we really, really like Spark Business. Would definitely recommend it. It's completely free to get started with it. We're no way affiliated with them at all, but it's just been a huge asset for us to be able to keep all those $30 that we can use to buy paid services to better service our clients.
Yeah. Some people want to use PayPal, but like you said, that's going to cost you money. $30 at least if you're billing at $1,000 a month.
Yep.
And that stuff adds up, and you're already paying taxes, and if you're outsourcing, you want to keep your overhead as low as possible.
Yeah.
So this is a free way to save you money and be professional.
Yep.
Number 2 is Canva. We use Canva a lot, especially in the beginning when you're just getting your first couple clients and you need to put out a Facebook post, maybe an email banner, a logo, you name it. You can build business cards with it. It's an amazing tool that's super simple to use, very drag and drop orientated. So you don't have to be a graphic designer. You really don't have to be technical in any way, shape, or form. It actually locks in perpendicular and parallel lines, so you don't have to be even that really artistically creative. It really does a great job, and there's plenty of templates that can help you as well. So you simply go into the program, you can pick whether you're trying to do a presentation, a YouTube thumbnail, a social media post for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. Another way that we use this tool as well is not just for client-facing work. We also build out our sales presentations specifically in Canva. So typically you meet with a business owner either over the phone, email, in person. You get a lot of data, you find out about who they are, build some rapport, and then you take back your notes to really put together your plan. So we build our plan specifically in Canva, where we outline what their goals are, where the missing pieces are in their current digital marketing strategy, what we can do for them, and how much it costs. All that's laid out visually in a nice organized fashion in Canva, and it makes it super simple to use. It's free. They do have paid options if you want to use more logos or different templates. There's paid options, but the free stuff, you can totally get by with it until you're using this at scale. So if you have anywhere between 1 and 20 clients, Canva is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, and we're pushing up on 20 clients right now, and we still have the free version. So I would almost challenge you guys to see how far you can stretch that free model. And I'd challenge you to do that on every freemium tool that you use. It starts with the free trials. Just see how long you can hang on to that free trial, because those small expenses add up. And that's something we're constantly looking at, or things that we're paying for that aren't completely mission critical or necessary. And we just haven't had to throw for the premium Canva, even though we use it every single day for every one of our clients pretty much.
Yep. If you're paying for a $50 to $100 service here and there and you get 10 tools, well, you're basically paying for rent somewhere, or where you could have an office or hire somebody else on, or outsource a task to free up your time to go sell more clients. So yeah, that's super important, just to keep your overhead low. Use these free tools as much as you can. It's been a huge success for us, and that'll lead us to the next one.
Yep. So we use Wunderlist pretty aggressively for project management and just collaboration between Derek and I, both from the client servicing perspective, where we have all of our client to-dos, things that we can check off, and kind of be super agile in terms of just being boom, 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 next task, next task, next task. We do a Monday morning sync up between us where it's basically just housekeeping to make sure there aren't any past due to-dos that are left over from Friday that we haven't addressed, or that there aren't any client to-dos that are urgent that need to get done and aren't already on the list itself. So we've tried a number of different platforms that do what Wunderlist does. To name a few, we've tried Asana, Trello, and a few other ones that I'm not thinking off the top of my head right now. Upwave. And we just found, from a strictly to-do and project management perspective, Wunderlist was the best for us. In Wunderlist, we've kind of matured our process with it, where we started using it one way. Each client had a separate list that we shared, and we could both add and collaborate. Now we've broken it down to just both of us having a to-do list that's shared between the two of us. If something Derek should be doing that I think of, I can add it to his list. He gets a notification. I get a notification when it's done. You can assign things. You can assign due dates. You can have subtasks, notes to provide context, and it's all tracked in there historically. So even if you check something off and you took some notes on it, and you wanted to go back to see what process you followed the last time, a checklist of something you did in the past that you think you might be missing something, and you want to go look at, how you did it times in the past, that all that historic data is there, which is really, really awesome. So we'll probably do a how-to video just on Wunderlist itself, and maybe even on Canva or some of these tools that we're talking about, just to show you a little bit of our process and how we do it. We just found Wunderlist to be the simplest and most effective for us. Trello is a good visual one, so if you guys like having kind of whiteboard style visual to-do lists and stuff like that, that would be potentially one that you could check out that might work better for you. We don't like the visual
I just like to
whiteboards.
keep it really simple. It's just very much, here's your task, and then boom, 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 check them off. Pretty simple. So
definitely check that out. They do have a paid version. I think it's like $10 per user a month. Again, we've never used that. Haven't bumped up to anything that's really required that. Things like really advanced subtasks or different file uploads where you're using it as a sharing platform to drag and drop PDFs or stuff like that. We've addressed with different solutions for our process, like Google Drive, which we'll talk about next. So we just haven't had to use that premium subscription yet, but definitely something to be aware of as well.
Yeah, and the most satisfying sound in the world is when you check off the box and you hear the. That's great.
Yep. The next one is something you should definitely be aware of. It's Google Drive. So day one, you're going to be able to hit the ground running with Google Drive and begin servicing clients and sharing folders and collaborating with the tool before you ever have to throw for that license. We use G Suite for our email, so we get I think 25 gigabytes or something like that of storage. But this is definitely something that you can start using right away. We track everything from client files where like Instagram photos. If I need Derek to edit something, I can upload it to a folder, add it to do in his Wunderlist to go and edit those photos, get a notification when it's done, and I can pull those down and begin posting those for our clients. We track our forecasts, our business documents, leads. We share folders with clients where everybody can, kind of use that as a source of truth or repository of everything that we might need. If we need creative that they had created by somebody in the past, it's on one of their computers, they can super easily just drop it in there. Everyone's pretty much used Google Drive at this point. It's not like it's a new technology. So we've just found that Google Drive is the simplest and most versatile and kind of the most adopted in the market, where a lot of our clients have already had Google Drive folders that all they have to do is add us to it.
It's really nice to have, especially when you first kick off with a client, because you can create a folder that's shared, and you can say, okay, send me all your pictures of the restaurant, or send me all the videos, or send me product photos or product imaging, ad copy, different newspaper articles, or just anything that you're going to need to build up their media. It's perfect to just have it in one central location.
You can have it on your phone as well, which is super nice. If you're on the move, you don't have your computer, there's an app, you can just pull down whatever content you need. If you're in a bind and you need to get something posted, client calls you, hey, can you post something about this, and you're not by your computer and they want it up in 60 minutes or less, it's a great place just to have all that content, at the drop of a hat, and you can, provide, quick turnaround service for your clients with it.
And the last tool we want to recommend for number 5 is Slack. So Slack is a free messaging tool that you can use with your clients, and we're trying to make it a standard with ours to have a Slack channel for every single one of our clients. So rather than always having to call them or send them an email and then they don't see it, and you're going back and forth, it's really nice to have Slack because it's just a message orientated system, and it works really well. You can share stuff on it. You can actually do video conferencing with it. We like to have weekly phone calls with our clients, but in the meantime, there's quick questions that come up, like, what do you think of this ad copy? Send, copy, paste. Or did you notice that change that I made on your Facebook? What do you think? Just to get that quick feedback, Slack is a great way to notify each other. And at first, you can once you start getting a lot of clients, you can actually drive yourself a little bit crazy with it. So I maybe would recommend turning the notifications off. I've turned them off on everything just because I want to check it when I want to check it. But when you just have a couple clients, it's not a big deal. Keep it on there. And it's just a great way to keep the dialogue open, because we've found that keeping clients and the communication is directly correlated. So the more we over communicate what we're doing and stay on the offense of campaigns, results, and just keeping that at the forefront of their mind so they know that we're working on the best interest of their business, is just really going to keep your clients with you and keep them happy. So if you want to keep your clients happy, keep the communication open. Slack is definitely the way to go. Super efficient, fast, and it's free. There's paid options. You can upgrade if you want to get more of the features. I think video chat is maybe exclusive for paid, but there's so many other free ones. I mean, there's Google Hangouts, there's Skype, you name it. So video chat, there's a bonus for you. Google Hangouts, free, or go to google.meet.com, and then you can interface with your clients that way if you're working with people across the country or across the world. Another big thing that I want to add is it's going to save you time, because when you have a Slack channel, you can copy in everybody else on it. So David's on the Slack channel, I'm on the Slack channel, our website guy's on the Slack channel, the client's on the Slack channel. So when there's a question or an update, everybody is seeing what's happening. So if you're just doing email communication, unless you're going in and copying every single person on the team, then no one's going to know what's happening, and then you end up answering the same questions over and over. I'll save a lot of time not having to talk to David about clients and being like, where's this client at? Because I can just go to their Slack and I can see what's happening, see the communication. So just the visibility across the org of your agency is huge. If it's just yourself and your client, you're going to find it's best just saving you time to have the quick dialogue. As soon as you expand your team, it's essential to have this tool, because otherwise you're going to be repeating yourself over and over. Projects are going to slip. Nobody's going to be on the same page. It's just a great tool and a pivotal part of what we do.
So there are overlaps between a couple of these tools too that you should be aware of. So a lot of what you do with Slack, you can do with Google Drive or Wunderlist. So we just encourage you to kind of figure out your own process with these. If you can eliminate one and keep things simple and that makes sense for you, awesome. But we found that each of these for us has a very specific purpose. Slack is pretty much communication with clients and record keeping. Google Drive is pretty much file sharing and your larger uploads. And then Wunderlist is really just the day-to-day tasks that need to get done and kind of our to-do list of sorts.
If you liked the video or you found value in some of these tools, please like the video, subscribe to us if you haven't already, and let us know if there's any other free tools that you use that have been beneficial in your agency's growth in the comments below. Thanks.